My 9-year-old, one day at dinner, I'm like, you gotta read, you gotta write, you gotta go to college, and let's look up colleges you wanna go to. And he asked me one day, he said, Mom, where did you go to college? Where did you graduate? And the shame sat in my heart of, oh my gosh, what if my kid finds out I have a GED from when I was 16? Here I am, 34 years old. How is it gonna raise this kid to get an education when his mom didn't have it? It was a week later. I went to the college. I found out what I needed to do. I took the assessment. I enrolled in college. And then a week later, I went back and told my son, I want to sit down with you. And I told him the truth. I said, I didn't have the same opportunities that you have right now. However, I'm enrolled at the local South Puget Sound Community College, and I'm going to get my education so you can watch me and then I can watch you. The biggest thing for me was not only that first English class where I learned to write, just to write, and she wasn't about grammar and punctuation and put a comma here and spell there correctly. It was getting the story out, okay? That started my healing journey. And then when I was in a multicultural history class, and there were conversations about historical slavery, modern day slavery, and human trafficking and what it was. And I realized that my childhood story and my family story of coming to this country for a better life in America was not this isolated situation that I experienced that I needed to be ashamed of. What it did for me was open up that Pandora's box of my life, and I went and looked at all the newspaper articles of what happened to my family. I started researching. I was able to apply my education to my lived experiences. There were names for these things that happen: domestic violence, exploitation, poverty, right? When I started to learn that, I wanted to give back. I wanted to educate. The college allowed me to really flourish in this healing journey. Yeah, I think when academic meets lived experiences, it's a game changer. I learned my confidence. I learned to pursue what I wanted to do. So ASHHO Cultural Community Center, ASHHO literally means to come join in the roots of my language. I was born in Bangladesh. My husband is my co-leader with me. But I've had this dream for over 20 some years. Where it stemmed from was from my lived experiences and my education of witnessing and experiencing firsthand what it feels like to be the otherness, to be a dark-skinned person in this country, to be a person who has language barriers, right? Who've witnessed family members, witnessing marginalized communities struggling and really feeling like there's not representation. There's not a lot of places for us to belong and be our authentic self unapologetically. It's the thoughtfulness and intention that comes with someone's first time college experience that makes it or breaks it for someone, right? And so I'm really grateful for all of those relationships. And even when I go back now, it's like my home.